cholesterol caused cardiac disease, and the medical model laughed at that, apparently hurt his feelings. Set up a study. Don't think it would be allowed today. He did not use volunteers. He used patients in mental institutions because they could control what they were fed. He said that one group, he said that both groups got 30% of their calories from fats, that one group got only butter, so they only got saturated fat, the other group got only vegetable oils, and then after 1 year, the vegetable oil group cholesterol dropped 14%, so we had to get rid of these evil saturated fats. We were killing people. We had to get control of this menace. And he was persuasive. It was a heavily funded study, very highly promoted. He got on the cover of Time magazine, a lot of stuff. And so the model that had laughed at him, it became swayed, eventually became the gospel. So recent years, researchers from today went back to the original data from that study, thinking they could tease out, with current statistical methods, tease out more information. When they started looking at the data, they realized they didn't need to. First of all, he lied. He said one group got butter, so they only got saturated fats. They didn't get butter, they got margarine, so they got trans fats, totally different animal. And then he said cholesterol dropped 14% a year on the cholesterol group, on the vegetable group, so we need to do that for everybody. And cholesterol did drop 14% a year, but he failed to say was for every 30-point drop, there was a 22% increase in the rate of death. Seems important to mention.
Yeah.
So
what about these multiple sclerosis patients who are being told don't have any saturated fats?
we're just making everything worse. Yeah, the model is wrong. We need to be getting 60% or more of our calories from fat, and most all of that needs to be saturated fats, because that's the fats that don't oxidize and don't cause damage to the cells. Every cell in your body has two fuels. Every healthy cell in your body has two fuels. One is glucose, the quick, dirty fuel, and one is ketones, the way the body burns fat as fuel, which is the slow, clean fuel. If you want to control for diabetes, you move to fat as fuel as much as possible, because fat as fuel does not require insulin, so you start turning off insulin.
Okay. And so just not trans fats?
Trans fats are, if there is an evil, that is an evil. Yeah, that's always causes damage.
But that would only be in processed food anyway.
Yes, right.
Has everything else, sugar and everything else.
Maybe some transient, tiny amounts that happen in nature, but trans fats typically are where someone has chemically altered a fat that was liquid to make it solid, so it doesn't go rancid quickly.
Okay.
It makes more profit.
What about cooking oils?
The only cooking oils are things like, from my perspective, will be butter or coconut oil, or olive oil is neutral, but it doesn't take a lot of heat.
So if you're cooking, it's butter or coconut oil.
Yeah, right. Vegetable oils are never, because they always increase inflammation.
And coconut oil, I'm a bit ignorant, but there's both solid and liquid. Are they both okay?
I have the liquid to mix with.
Okay. Coconut oil itself is solid. It has 4 triglycerides.
Okay.
And triglycerides are things the body makes, as we talked about here. What's being labeled as liquid coconut oil, the official name is MCT, medium chain triglycerides, but nobody knew what that was. So the grocery stores now are labeling MCT as liquid coconut oil. It's just 2 of the fractions from coconut oil, which is clear, pourable, and tasteless, where coconut oil is thick like butter, melts at 76 degrees, but has a coconut taste. So we use both. I have both at home.
Oh, so either are fine.
I have both at home. My wife didn't like coconut taste. If you use the clear form, you lose the antifungal benefits that are in full coconut oil, but it doesn't have any taste, and it's fine to work with. We use both, right?
So never vegetable oil,
Right.
and then olive
Olive oil is neutral, just doesn't take much heat, right?
oil.
I like the butter. Butter's good. Everything's better with
Yeah.
butter.
I'm a butter fan. Okay.
Yeah.
Hemoglobin A1C at 6.6, which is a marker of being diabetic, and this is talked about as a marker for average blood sugar control. What it's measuring is the percent of red blood cells damaged beyond function. So you're giving up 6.6% of your red blood cells don't work anymore because of blood sugars being too high.
Can that be fixed?
Yes.
It's surprising that it's out of range for someone on metformin.
And what was that called again?
That's the hemoglobin A1C. So some other markers here that are significant. Let's find the other pieces here.
What was the number for the hemoglobin?
6.6.
6.6.
They say okay below 5.6, but I would just say the lower the better because that just means you're losing red blood cells to damage.
Right.
So your TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, as a production marker for thyroid hormone is fine. Our absolute marker is less than 2, you're at 1.7. Your free T4, the amount of the thyroid hormone produced by the thyroid gland that is not bound to a protein and thereby available to tissues, 0.82 to 1.77. That is about 95 points in between. And you are 33 of the 90 something, so you're back up around here for your free T4. Not a problem whatsoever. What becomes a problem is if we look at where it's going. Your reverse T3 is higher than your free T3. So T4 has to be converted to T3. T3 is the form of thyroid hormone that works at the cell. T4 is what the gland makes, has a long half-life, multiple days. T3 has a half-life of 4 to 6 hours, breaks down quickly. So we put the precursor in circulation, we convert it at tissue level as we need it. Some is converted centrally, so we'll have some immediate supply in circulation. Most is converted at tissue level on demand, never in circulation. The problem is that free T4 is converted into 2 different forms of T3, and they're based on different enzymes that break iodine off that molecule, but one is called free T3, which speeds up metabolism, and one is called reverse T3 that slows down metabolism. And your reverse T3 is higher than your free T3. Your reverse T3 is way over here, and free T3 is up in here somewhere, so they're just not lining. That's just an indicator that you're putting on the brakes for metabolism at the tissue level.
Which doesn't help with the,
Weight gain that I'm getting from the
Does
insulin.
help with weight gain, but doesn't help with anything else. I mean, look, this column, everything in this column that has a circle, especially those with dots, are systems that are being directly affected, if nothing else. But pretty much anything in the body, because that thyroid hormone at the cell controls metabolic rate, efficiency of all systems.
thyroid.
The cell creates a metabolic rate. Okay.
Your vitamin D, the range is 30 to 100, you're at 21.6. And vitamin D, among other things, is necessary to activate thyroid receptors. So if you've got you got adequate production, but poor conversion, higher insulin, and lower vitamin D, so those are major factors that make you low thyroid, no matter how much you made.
You need a tune-up.
So, but vitamin D, I've heard, is a hormone,
It is,
and so
and it's made
that
from.
you shouldn't be taking the vitamin D supplements because that just makes your numbers look better. It doesn't actually.
No,
So
D-
what's causing my low vitamin D?
your Lipitor and
I'm-
wearing clothes.
Well, I'm wearing clothes. I'm off Lipitor.
All right.
I've been off a statin since I met you
All
a
right.
month ago.
Well, vitamin D is made from cholesterol, as are all the hormones. All these hormones are being made from cholesterol. It's also protective for the brain, but that's one of the consequences of anything that lowers cholesterol is impairs your body's ability to make vitamin D. Stress increases the demand for and the burn through, if you will, for vitamin D.
Okay.
And we wear clothes and we stay indoors and we do all kind of things. We're told that sun is evil, it's our enemy, and it's not. We were designed to live in this world, so I don't think that's the case.
Right.
People in equatorial regions of the world work outdoors with little clothing make from 10 to 20,000 units a day in the skin. Vitamin D, prescribed form D2, can be toxic, but D3 that we can take is exactly the same molecule that the body makes, and it does have activity, and it is converted in the same metabolites in the body. I would say that I suspect that there are things, that there are benefits from sunlight beyond just making vitamin D, and taking vitamin D will not give those other benefits, which are not yet identified necessarily. But taking vitamin D can give you the same effect as making vitamin D, yes.
Okay.
So it would be a good thing to take,
You have to,
but I have to take.
right, you have to, right.
What are my, so what are the symptoms from low vitamin D3?
Increased breast cancer risk, increased colon and 16 other types risk. If that number, you're 21.6, when that number's above 60, it correlates with 80% less breast cancer and 70% less 16 other types, including colon cancer. It's an activator for thyroid receptors, and so when it's low, your low thyroid, if we raise it, we're helping improve metabolic efficiency. Chronic musculoskeletal pain, aches and pains kind of things are common with low vitamin D for multiple reasons. Immune competence is down. One of the ways to raise the body's ability to fight viral issues is having enough vitamin D. Lots of pieces there.
So vitamin D3 works the same as your body, so I have to take it because it's